Hi, welcome back to Hair Story Studios on the Orange Couch. I'm Jakaya Stylist, and today we have someone that's a little bit out of the hair branch, but really exciting. This is Art, who is the founder of a creative collaborative called Gifted, GFTD.
That's correct, yeah.
Here in New York City. And so I'm really excited to kind of share what he's doing with you guys. So thank you, Art, for being here so much. So I'm going to hand over to you so you can kind of tell our audience who's watching what is Gifted and what got you to start it.
Gifted right now, it's a creative community, and each one of us has like this gift, this thing we do, whether that's like your music, your poetry, your art, your hairstyling. And I think we need to like give that away generously, because when we do that, that's when we like enrich the world, enrich the people around us. So that's kind of the premise behind it. And we have this thing called the Mondays. So you've been to one. Every Monday we hang out. We have this spot on the Soho Bowery border, and yeah, it's a place for like interesting, creative people to kind of hang out, vibe. We're exchanging ideas, supporting one another, setting up collaborations, and enjoying the unique time. So just crossed a year of doing this. We've got like a lot of different people rolling through, and yeah, we're growing little by little. So I'm feeling good.
How did this start? Because I know that you had told me before, and I know because now I kind of know you, that you're in a band. And then, so maybe elaborate a little bit more on that, how you were saying that when you were touring, you would meet other creatives and you really loved that, and then you would get kind of this lull.
Yeah, exactly. So not that you would know this, but we broke up, so there is no band anymore, but no worries. But yeah, whenever I was like on show nights, I'd always get a chance to hang out with whatever photographers or artists or fashion designers and stuff, and I really loved that. But it was just so infrequent because whatever, we'd play once a month or whatever. So I just kind of wanted to cultivate more of that, and figured, on a weekly basis, whenever works for you, we'll all just kind of get together and hang out.
And how did you start it? Because I think how I ended up coming in is I think you actually sent me an email and told me about it. So when you came to conception, how were you like, how am I going to get these people, or how are they going to find me, or how?
Sure, yeah. I mean, I spend a little too much time on Instagram, and I figured, in person I'll meet these people like at shows or whatever, but Instagram does allow me to, search a hashtag or something and kind of lock into a bunch of really amazing people in New York, because since I'm based out of here. And I don't necessarily have to meet them in person, but I can just like look them up, check out their work, send them a message, and just, give them a little bit of a compliment, tell them how I like what they're doing. They're telling a cool story, and then, try to get that into like a real life hangout and meetup. So yeah, a lot of time on Instagram. People are starting to bring like some of their friends over now too. Very cool. So like the ripples are kind of starting to like grow out now.
So maybe tell us about a handful of the different genres of people who are coming, because I know I met such a eclectic group of people who are all doing very cool creative things and starting to work together.
Sure, yeah.
Or here's a side effect from it, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the fact that I'm here. So I've gotten so many people through it, whether it's like photographers, musicians, models, influencers, up and coming like fashion brand designers. I've got this artist who makes like famous characters out of vegetables, which is super interesting. I've never seen that before. Starting to get into like some actors and filmmakers and stuff. So it's like, I don't know, just any kind of creative thing that you do. I'm interested. So
yeah, I think that is true. That as artists, we seek like-minded community, and now sometimes it becomes harder to get outside of just our specific genre, and there's so many opportunities for those things to grow. So have you worked on other projects with people you've met there? I'd imagine you have. I noticed that you have a lot of photos.
Yeah, I've done my friend Bruce, who rolls through there a bunch. We've done a bunch of photography stuff. I've done some like small art collaborations with people, and this year, now that I don't have a band, I have a lot more space to kind of make way for some more collaboration. So I have some things in the next like 3 to 6 months I'd like to do. Very and I have some people in mind, but yeah, definitely like collab with a bunch of people for sure.
What's the future of Gifted?
A website for sure. Get some sort of way to kind of for people to know who's going to be coming on a Monday, or like an attendance thing. But right now, year two, I just kind of want to get more people there. So recruitment is always a thing. And I want to start, whether it's like producing events or like exhibitions or something, but doing some sort of shows that kind of highlight everybody that's rolling through there.
Yeah, it seems like it could be a cool, if there was actually an event with so many people, you know, and everyone being there doing stuff.
Exactly. I think I've got plenty of talent rolling through there, so it's just a matter of like finding a place where I can house it for a night or a weekend or whatever. But
another interesting fact, because I read your newsletter, is I saw that you are actually going to be renting a photo studio once a month, and it's down to like 20 people can only do the photo studio, but then you could actually do photo shoots, styling, and actually doing projects on these. So tell me a little bit about that and how that came about.
Sure. So we did this, I did this once. Sorry, I did it twice. Like right when I started. The first time it went really well. The second time, like 3 people showed up. So it was really awkward and just, but you know, I can laugh about it now. But now that I've got like some numbers and stuff, the studio's a little bit bigger, but I think after 20 people, it's going to get a little hectic. Yeah. But I love the Mondays, the hang that we have. It's great to be, you know, having some of that conversation, but I want there to be like a real world action behind all this. So I figured I'll get a studio and then I'll bring all these people together, and then we can kind of, you know, just collaborate in different ways, where there'll be like some video work in the back. We'll do, I'll get some photographers set up. They'll be taking some pictures, and people can be doing styling. We can talk about some of their fashion brands they're working on, or whatever you kind of need. But just like an actionable, an actionable way to take the Monday thing, do some more. So, yeah.
So do you think it'll always stay Mondays? Because I know you have it kind of abbreviated the way you do for Gifted. So it's like M.
Yeah, there's no vowels, so it's edgy, you know. We'll see. I mean, for now, it's like Mondays just seem like a good night because there's no competition with anything.
Right.
It's like, let's start the week off on like a creative foot.
Love that.
There's nothing else going on for the most part. So, you know, I think if we get into like events or exhibitions or something, we'll probably move it to like Thursday to Saturday, one of those things. But I think as far as like a staple, just like for the hangout, I think Monday's kind of a nice night to do it. But down the road, we'll definitely get involved in some other days of the week. And
right now, is it still you running everything, or do you have anyone helping you out?
It's just me right now.
Wow, that is a lot.
It's a lot, but it's all, I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like kind of doesn't feel like work at times.
That's cool.
It definitely does feel like work, but there's moments where it's like, oh, this is great. Like I want to be doing this anyway.
So, because people have seen each other so many times and you get to know someone, have you personally or seen other people, you know, forge good friendships, or that you're hanging out outside of just a creative space?
Yeah, I have actually. I think
maybe even romance.
Yeah, I don't know about romance just yet, but I know some people, 2 of my friends, they've actually become roommates now.
Oh, wow.
Through this, which is actually kind of funny. I think there's been a couple like job interviews through this person, that person, but there's definitely been some friendships where I'll see like their stories or whatever, and it's like, oh, they're hanging out. Oh, they met through here. Like, that's cool. That's neat. So, not that like I don't take any credit for it, but it's cool to kind of see beyond just like the collaboration aspect. It's like, oh yeah, they're actually friends. They're hanging out just to like hang. So that feels good. It's nice.
And so you're a New York native, right? Are you from upstate?
I'm from upstate redneck New York, yeah. But I've been here like 5 years now, so.
Yeah, no, I was just saying, the only reason why that I brought that up was because I do follow you, and I just think it really shows for your character, which is really neat. I saw that you were actually fundraising for an event over the holidays upstate.
Yeah, I am. So again, now that I don't
But not connected to Gifted.
Not connected to, no, and now that I don't have a band, I have like the space. But my buddy and I started a nonprofit called the Hillcrest Fund, which I don't know if you've seen the hat I wear sometimes. It says Hillcrest. But so we did this fundraiser. It raises scholarships for students going into the creative arts. So it's kind of like self-reinforcing in a way. But so we did an event this Christmas.
It's like hockey or something, right?
Yeah. Sadly, the ice didn't freeze, so we couldn't have the tournament, unfortunately.
Climate change.
Yeah. But like we did the after party thing and a lot of people showed up and the community came together and we raised money. So it's good. And then, planning the third event now. So
that's so
awesome.
Just
doing what I can, trying to get
it really
back
speaks to your creative character and your passion behind it. And it just being that you're naturally motivated to create goodness out of creativity.
Thank you. I'm trying. It's just, like all those cliche sayings, be the change you want to see or whatever. It's like, there's things I want to do. So yeah.
With Gifted, kind of where are your numbers at? What have you grown to, kind of where you started at? And then maybe also you can tell me how people become members. Is it always hand selected, or is it people through word of mouth, or is there any sort of like specifications or qualifications to join?
Sure. So
sorry, that was a lot of questions.
No worries. The numbers now, I think, on like the email list, it's like, we're pushing upwards like 200.
That's great.
So we're getting there. And there's like always new people kind of rolling through week by week. So we're getting there. Like the first 6 months of doing this, it was basically me sitting in a room by myself because nobody came. But little by little, it's like there's people actually showing up. So I think the first one of the month we had like over 30 people come to that one. And then, it kind of hovers between like 10 to 20 right now. So just trying to kind of like keep increasing it. But I don't know, as long as people are just like having conversation, like making friendships or collaborations, like even if there's 5 of us there, it's like, oh, cool, you get to know somebody. Like it's going well. And as far as like becoming a member, it's just, you just have to have like some sort of like creative endeavor. And it doesn't have to be like your only thing, even if it's like your side hustle. But I'm not like a party promoter. I want this to kind of be curated enough where when you're talking to somebody that, they have like the same kind of creative bottlenecks or questions or stuff that you might have. So I'm fairly open to like who's a member, but you just have to have like that thing, that gift, if you will, that you do, just to like make sure the baseline is everybody has like this thing they do.
And are you still reaching out to people that you find interesting or you think that would be a cool fit to be there?
Yeah, I think like
personally,
that's just part of my life now. It's just reaching out to people. So yeah, it's good. It's humbling, but it's good. I like it.
I think that's so cool. Well, thanks for coming in. This has been so neat. And if anyone is interested and you're creative out there watching, which obviously we probably have a lot of stylists and people in the fashion, why don't you go ahead and give the Instagrams are the best way to contact you? Sure. Yeah. So my personal Instagram is Artur That's at ARTURSAYS. I do a lot of this stuff from like my personal page. The Gifted one is at GFTD_org. So at gifted.org. And if they wanted to sign up for your mailing list? Yeah, so I kind of have that where it's like you have to come to the Monday thing first, just so it's kind of curated enough that when they get the email, it's like, oh, okay, I'm a part of this thing. So yeah, they can reach out to me on either one of those handles. Awesome. So every Monday we'll be there. Well, thank you so much for coming. Of course, it's such a pleasure. I'm so inspired by what you're doing, and I'm appreciative that you reached out to me. Of course, and that I get to be part of that because there's so many amazing people that maybe you'll see up on the orange couch. Yes. So once again, thank you, and I'll probably go to tonight. Yeah, let's do it. And thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time.